Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bastion Wise here, and I'm here with my boy Rob. Say hi, nice people at home, Rob.
Hello, people at home who continuously watch these videos. Appreciate you guys very much.
There we go. So, with the new format, as we all are going to be pretty much doing for this entire week, we say welcome new format and welcome one of the best top decks of this upcoming format. We have Despia here, my boy Rob. What do you think about this deck, Rob? New cards.
Oh, I think it's so good. Like, the new cards are insane, and I think that the actual the ban list, the crazy ban list. Like, I haven't seen a ban list that's crazy in like 10 plus years.
For real.
That new ban list made Despia really good, and Despia has a really good matchup into Captera. So I think that plus the new ban list plus being able to still play like Bystials is really cool. Because even though the Bystials aren't good against Kashtira, if you have any bozos still trying to play Ishizu here, you kind of just like beat them anyway because you just randomly played this. Yeah, no, this deck is really good. We have some new fusions from Photon Hypernova. These two guys, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But yeah, I think I wanted to try this deck anyway, post Photon Hypernova, because like I was bored of Sprite and I hate Tier. So I was just like, all right, I want to try this, and then there was a random ban list. Ooh, I have the second best deck or the best deck right now. Cool. Yeah, this deck also has a really good Kashtira matchup because if they lock 4 of your zones, you can play in the EMZ and the last. So I just think this is really good. Yeah, but just to get into it really quickly, we have 3 Aluber, the guy that searches everything.
Of course.
All your combos are 2-card combos involving this and Lubellion. So just playing 3, you just have to maximize on it. I play 2 Tragedy. This is the one that searches your Despia monsters. So you discard this or banish it with a lure. You basically hit to search a lure. So I didn't only want to play one of it because I wanted more ways to get a lure in my engine. And having this to send off of Branded Fusion is really good because if you don't send a courier, you just summon. Adlib, this lets you summon back fusion monsters. So it basically lets you use your Mary Jade like 2 or 3 times, like versus just being able to use 1 and then wait. I don't play Dramaturge because I think like it doesn't do enough. Like I think it's like an effect negation for extra deck monsters, but even then, it's like I'd much rather another fusion.
Yeah, it's more of an inconvenience.
Then we have 3 Albaz. This card's crazy against Kashtira because they don't put up negates. So literally, you can normal summon an Albaz, discard a card, use its effect, discard a card, kill the Shangri-La, make a Mirror Jade, banish the Arise Heart, and then attack over another guy. So like Albaz like by itself just can crack the entire Kashtira board, which is crazy.
Yeah,
and then I play 3 also.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and I play 3 of it because I also played Allure in my deck. So I never want to draw Albaz with Allure and be like, damn, I can't activate the Allure because I'm gonna risk banishing like my 1 Albaz. Yeah.
You don't think running Allure is risky with the Arise Heart in the meta?
No, because you don't get to like they'll attach a card, that's whatever, but I just still think the deck needs some form of external consistency without playing Prosperity. Because I don't like the idea of Prosperity banishing my fusion. Like I banish my own utility fusion monsters and then I can't. 2 Mercurier. A lot of builds used to play 1 or 3 because you had like Mercurier banish Allure. Banish Mercurier, search Albion, which I still play, and then search Branded Sword, and then you basically get the Mercurier back to 3 and then the 2 cards. You need this now for the new fusion, the Rindrum Dragon, I believe it's called. Yeah, Rindrum. You need it for this guy. It needs a Tri-Beast, so Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast. So obviously you play the best one. And then this is part of your 2-card combo to search Cartesia to make the new Cartesia fusion. So that's really good. And then there's another combo where you send the Tri-Brigade Albaz fusion, which is Brigand. And this searches a Tri-Brigade or an Albaz during the phase. So you basically get to search my card. And have an extra monster negate on top of your board, which is really good. Especially because the format is all monster heavy, so like with Kashtira.
Right.
Yeah. And then Albion, this is the guy that foolishes a Branded Scholar Trap to draw a card. So this foolishes Branded Retribution. And then this lets you banish to add back a Branded Scholar Trap. So this is part of the combo. Cartesia also. This card's really good, especially because during the end phase you get to add it back if you send a fusion monster. So you basically always have a free card in your hand to discard Super Poly. monster to banish with branded red.
So just one of her is fine?
Yeah, because since you play Lubellion on the fusion monster, you can always shuffle it back. And like you make it the first time, and then once you it always adds itself back. So like I feel like there's never need to play two. Like you can shuffle it back with Lubellion to make like an Albion, or to even make the Dust Dragon, and then you can shuffle it back with Lubellion. Like Lubellion is like the ultimate like the fusion. Not to get confused with the Bystial Lubellion.
There he is.
That. Yeah. A lot of I saw play 2, but that's because they played 40. My deck is the Rob Special 41. What's the 41st card? The third Lubellion. The main reason for that is because a lot of the main combos of this deck are a Luber plus Lubellion, so I would never want to play any less. Like, if my 2-card combos are this plus this, I want to play as many copies of each of these as I can in my deck. So I didn't play a lot of Bystials. I only played the Sorornier. Because Sorornier in this deck is an engine card. It foolishes a branded spell or trap, and then or Bystial. So you basically, in your combo, you get to use this guy to foolish any branded spell, and then you use Albion to foolish branded Retribution, and then you get to like banish the Retribution and add back the spell. So if you play Sorornier, or playing Sorornier basically just lets me get to engine. It's also another way to get to Lubellion if I itself, and it's still like a Bystial. So if I play against a tier and they go to make their one fusion, because they're not going to make more than 2 fusions, you just like banish that one fusion. And then this is also good if you get de-shifted, because at least it gets you a body under getting de-shifted. Then for the last of the monsters, 3 Nibiru. This card is the Kashtira Slayer. They don't put up a negate. They just like make a bunch of dudes, and they go end of main phase, and you activate the Nibiru.
Really, no Ash?
No, I sided the Ash. I played more blowout spells than because I'm gonna show you my going second card.
Okay.
So I played 3 Nibiru, 3 Book of Eclipse, and 3 Super Poly. So I have 12 going second cards. Book of Eclipse just kind of destroys Kashtira. Super Poly is also really good against Kashtira. But the other part is that Albaz is a going second card. Right? Albaz is a going second card.
Right.
And Branded Fusion is a going second card. Because you go Branded Fusion, send whatever, and you're just able to play. It lets you out the board in general too. So if you're playing against Kashtira, you have like all these cards that you can, and it will effectively make it so that you can crack the Kashtira board. And then if you play against like Sword Soul, these cards are also the same. Book of Eclipse is good in the mirror. Nibiru's like good in the mirror now because it's more combo oriented. So yeah, Nibiru's just a lot better in the mirror now because McCurry you're searching in the end phase, so you don't have to. But these so the deck pretty much plays, and then you also have branded open. So the deck has like infinite going, which I really like. And then Ash is very like low impact. Like I sided the Ash for more so for crossout. First, because I'm not scared of like the mirror game 1 because I have Super Poly and Book and Albaz. And then we were talking about the consistency thing before, having a lure. This makes turns like Mercurier into Albaz, because Mercurier can also search Albaz or any monster that mentions Albaz. So you kind of just get to search anything you want, really. So 3 lure, mainly just because like it helps give you the +1s with Mercurier and Tragedy to search Albaz going second to crack Kashtira boards, Cartesia in your combo, Albion is part of the combo or searching a loop to get the Branded Fusion. The deck is a consistent deck, but it needs some form of consistency, and this helps it versus like Prosperity, just banishing your fusions that you might need to or you might need the extras of. And Prosperity is not going to be good with a Mind Hacker, because the if they Mind Hacker, let's say Lubellion, then your Prosperity, like, you need as many cards as you can to play. Also with the going second cards I played, so since I played these 6, my Allure can let me draw into my Super Poly or my Book of Eclipses to let me crack any board. Not conceivable.
Right.
Yeah. Then the branded spells, you already talked about branded fusion. Branded opening, just E-Telly lets you get into a Uber. And then it's also the protection. Very rarely comes up, but like sometimes it does. Branded loss. This is the magical meltdown. This card's crazy because it lets you can get it with Lubellion. Then you can search it off of a Luber if you already open branded fusion. Then this makes it so that way your opponent can't respond to the fusion summon of your fusion monster, and they can't negate the activation. So if let's say you're playing against like the Brave Kashtira deck, which I think it might be a hybrid, they can't Griffin negate your branded fusion, which means you can negate it. Then this also searches you Mercurier, Elbaz, and Artesia. So this is like also a pseudo like Rodent. Brandon Red, the one that's like the add back and then fuse. I really like this card, but the problem is Bystials kind of still exist, so I don't want to maximize on this. And because the deck gets to play Retribution, you get to like always add this back, and then you also have strategy to add this back too. And then I play Branded in white. This is like the weird one. This is a poly. Then if you're fusing with a dragon, you can and if you're fusing with Albaz, you can banish the Albaz from the grave, or you can banish the materials from the grave. So what's cool about this is it's basically a miracle fusion because you can banish Albaz plus something else to make either a Lubellion, Albion, or any of your fusions. But this is also a poly, so you can make Chimera with it. So that's really cool. So that way it gives you another way to like play, and then this is also a part of your because the combo goes through a lot of like one of like brand. Then I have Branded Retribution, which is pretty much has an effect that it can negate a special summoning, but you're never setting this. You're using its other effect to banish it from the grave to add a brand. Yeah, this card's really good for your recovery. It's also part of the combo. And then I had Branded Beast, which is if you control a Bystial, you can tribute a dragon to pop a card. So if you already have Lost, you search this off the Lubellion. Wait, no, it's Lubellion. Search this off the Lubellion, and you get to have another interruption that doesn't play into Throne, which is really important since this deck is also a pseudo monster deck. You don't want to like play into Thrusting, get Dark Ruled, and then but yeah, that's the main deck, 41. Very, very special number to me. Amazing number. Onto the extra deck. All fusions, love that. 2 Mirror Jade. Yes. Branded Fusion locks you into only fusion summoning, so you kind of just can only sometimes play only fusion. So it's helpful to just, like, yes. We don't care about what's the XYZ summon. You're not gonna do that. That's crazy.
Cowboy.
So anyway, 2 Mirror Jade. So you can't turn Mirror Jade into Mirror Jade, but because of Mind Hacker being able to recover from your extra deck, you kind of want to be able to play 2 copies of stuff, so you guarantee always have the ability to summon at least summon 1 going second. 2 Lubellion. This is the shuffle back. This card's really good because it also can make any fusion, so there's a lot of time you can go like. So part of cracking the Kashtira board is going Lubellion into Dragostapalia, so they can't Arise Heart banish you, and then you can also use this to like make your weird fusions. So like Dust Dragon, Spriggan, the Despia stuff, all not really good. Then Double Albion. This is the one that searches branded spell traps or sets them during the end phase. So this pretty much gets you the branded and red for the combo, and then it gets you to the branded fusion if you like need a follow-up play. Then Rindrum and Cartesia, or the Dust Dragon. These cards are new. Yes, one of each. You can argue a second Rindrum. I didn't play it because I needed space for Super Poly. If you don't play Super Poly, then you can use one. But so what this card does is when a fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link monster activates the effect on the field, you can negate the effect. Then you can return 1 card from the field to the hand. So what's cool about this is so in your combo, you activate the Mirror Jade, sending the Albion. You negate it. You negate the Mirror Jade with this. Then you proceed to you can bounce back like Lubellion if you don't get Branded Beast. And then going second, you get to like just bounce cards. So if they're trying to break your board, you can just like negate and then. And then as another effect, that if this and Albaz is in the grave, you can target, and then I believe it's a DD Crow. Yeah, so you get to summon. I target this or summon the one and then banish the other. So you can either banish this, summon Albaz, you can banish Albaz, summon this, so you have the name. So this also comes back constantly, and then something you can shuffle back for Lubellion. And the Dust Dragon, this card's really good. It foolishes a level 6 or higher dark or light monster from your deck or extra deck. Meaning you get to send all of your branded fusions.
Damn.
You get to send all of your Bystials, and then you can also send stuff like Garuru. So in certain combos, you draw a card. In other combos, you set up like your follow-up. That's all where this guy comes in Verdant. During the end phase, it's add a Tri-Brigade. So if you want to search him a courier, you can do that. This is also a super poly target. And this is, you can banish it from the field or grave to summon a Dogmatica from your main deck, which you're going to do. And you can summon a Despia or Despian fusion from your extra deck. So we played Quaretus. I didn't play Proskinion. Again, because it's super poly, so there's not a lot of space. This guy is part of the Nate strength. All your monsters attack turn them to 0. So like this is like good against Sword Soul because like they're forced to Baron this, and if they Baron it, you get to summon Albaz or a Luber from your. So you get to like just get to play anyway. Masquerade, you know, the Burning Dragon, not Blazing, but you know, just the life point game.
Axe Dragon.
Yeah. Then I played Mud Dragon and Garuru. Garuru is part of the combo where you can send it off of Albion, or not Albion, sorry, Dust Dragon, and then Mud Dragon is just a super poly target. So there's fusions that you can play, like you can play Alba Lenetus, and you can play Titanic Cloud, which are more Albaz fusion. But if you're playing super poly, then you kind of just need, because you also have like cards like Dragos Tapelia, which are super poly targets in a sense, because you can take your Dark Monster and then your fusions, and then you can also take your, if you're playing Despia, you can turn their board and then negate whatever is left over and then play. This is also good against Kashtira and good against Sword Soul too, really good against Sword Soul. And the last card is Gyron Chimera for Brandon Red, but you can also summon it off Brandon and White, because Brandon White's a follow. So you kind of just need this for like your big push to like. But yeah, this is the Albaz deck. That is the February deck of the month. This deck is a lot of fun. I was talking to my boy Jack about this because I think this is the deck he wants to play for the fun. I don't know if he's gonna play this or Kashtira, but this is like, the deck is super fun. There's a lot of cool ceilings. It's not just like Branded Fusion or bust. It's very much so just Branded Fusion gets you a lot of plays, but there's a lot of cool lines. The deck has a very high that I don't think a lot of people like notice because it's so well known for just being, I think Branded Fusion make Mirror Jade. But like Branded Fusion can do so much because you can go Branded Fusion, send cards, summon Lubellion. And the Lubellion can get you whatever you have.
Right.
Because you can send whatever you want to. Like there's a build I had of this that played a Tearlam and Sharon. Just one, because you know it's that one. Because that means your Branded Fusion can turn a Mirror Jade plus a Dragos. Like the ceiling for this deck is so high, it's insane. And it's very fun too, which I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks are like. Because Kashtira is not that fun. Sprite and Tearlam weren't that fun. Like the mirrors had cool interactions, but I think this deck is like very like fun to actually get to like play and beat people with. So yeah, that is the February deck of the month.
Nice, man. So very, very rewarding deck, very, very fun. Obviously has some top tier potential definitely as well. I'm definitely very excited to see what exactly it's going to do in this upcoming format. I do not believe it got top 64, if I'm not mistaken, at the YCS Lion, whatever it is. But again, that's old format, Ishizu tier, new format. I'm really excited for this deck.
Yes, it has a lot of potential going into the new format. I think with tier out of the format, especially a lot of decks just get to like play. And I feel like, unfortunately, like Leon just didn't matter because it was just old format. So next week, Vegas, I think, is where this deck is going to shine. The 3v3 YCS in Vegas, I believe, is next week. That's the event where people are going to be like, Despia is the deck. All right. Yeah, and then that's my call.
So you heard it here first. Despia is the way to go. Kashtira sucks, says Rob.
Yes. That deck is
Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Each and every single one of you stuck around to the very end. You guys are the realest MVPs. Make sure you drop a like and comment down below what deck you guys want to see next, either for myself or Rob. And we'll make sure we get it out here on the channel for you guys. But make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Rob, you got any final words you want to say?
Activate Branded Fusion.
Alright man, we will see you guys in the next one.